Alright, so welcome back to the next session, right? So in this session, we are going to start the design, right? So before starting with the design, let us note down the design forces that we obtained from the previous load calculations. So first, we have got maximum force in top chord member is 638.4 kilonewton. Then we have got maximum force in bottom chord member, which is minus 598.5. Negative sign means it is a tension member, so this is designed as a tension member. Positive signs indicates compression, so this is designed as a compression member. Then third, in vertical members, we got both the types of forces, compression and tension. So compression force we got as 279.3 kilonewton and the tension force we got as 11.5. And last, diagonal members, we got maximum tension force as 395 and maximum compression force as 16.33. So using this maximum value, we are going to design each and every member one by one. Alright. So first we are starting with the design of a bottom chord members, which are also called as tension member. So I can write my tension force in this is 598.5. Right. So you need to follow the procedure for design of tension members that you must have studied in your previous semester. If you forget that, don't worry, I'll revise it and we are going to design it, right? So first step in the design of tension member is we need to find out gross area required, right? So AG required is equal to T divided by Fy into gamma MO. So AG required, gross area required is T divided by Fy multiplied by gamma MO. Now if you see this formula is there in IS 800 2007. The page number is, I think it is page number 32, right? Page number 32. So let us go to page number 32 of IS 800 and see whether the formula is there or not. So as you can see on your screen, the page number is 32 and for this clause number 6.2, design strength due to yielding of gross section. Right, so the formula is TDG is equal to AG into Fy divided by gamma MO. So if you want to find out AG, the formula become then TD into gamma MO divided by Fy. What is TD is the tension force, right? Axial tension force. So tension force we already know, so we can easily find out the AG value from this. So let's go back to the board. We're using formula which is given on page number 32. Right, so tension force we already have, which is 598.5. So in this formula, 598.5 into 10 raised to 3 divided by Fy is 250 given in the data, gamma MO is 1.10. Right. So this you will get as 2633.4 mm square, 2633. This much gross area is required to carry out tension force of 598.5 kilonewton. Right. So now next we are supposed to select a section from the steel table which is having area more than this. Right. So let us assume that we are going to select a double angle section. Right. So let us assume that we are going to use 2 ISA. Right, so which angle section is going to be suitable for this? So if we are going to use 2 ISA, so therefore gross area required for single ISA, therefore AG required for single ISA will be equal to 2633.4 divided by 2, right? So it will be 1316.7 mm square is the gross area required for single angle section, right? So we need to see the steel table which is having gross section area around 1316.7 mm square, which is 13.16 centimeters square. So let us go to the steel table and as per my calculation, if you select ISA 125 by 75 by 8. 125 by 75 by 8. So let's go to the steel table now. And go to the angle sections. This is SP6, right? SP6 code. So first is I sections. Let us go to angle sections quickly. Then this is channel sections. Yes, angle sections, right? This is equal angle section. Now it depends on the requirements of the site that which type of selection you should make. I am going to select an unequal angle section here, right? But this depends on the site conditions or requirements or availability of the material on site, right? So I am selecting unequal angle section. So there are a number of unequal angle sections. So what you are supposed to see, you are supposed to see this sectional area, right? This sectional area should be more than 13.16 centimeter square. Here the units are centimeter square. We got our answers in terms of mm square. So we convert that mm square into centimeter square. So my value will become 13.16 centimeter square. Right? So you need to select an angle section which is having area more than 13.16 centimeter square. So let's go down bit more. So you can see this is 14.1. So 90 by 6 by 10. 10 is the thickness. You can select this. You can select even this. 100 by 65 by 10. Right. So out of so many options, let us try any one option. So I am going to select 125 by 75 by 8. 125 by 75 by 8. So for that I am going to do the design of a tension member. So let us try 125 by 75 by 8 on both the sides of gusset plate. On both the sides of gusset plate with longer leg horizontal. So let's write down. Try 2 ISA 125 by 75 by 8 mm. These are the dimensions on both the sides of gusset plate. On both sides of gusset plate. GP means gusset plate with longer leg horizontal. With longer leg horizontal. Right, so this is, we have selected a section. So actual gross area will be 2 times 1583, so 1538. So AG will be 2 multiplied by 1538. 1538 is the area in terms of mm square, right, from the steel table that we got. So 3076 mm square we are providing. 3076 mm square area we are providing, whereas our required area is 2633, and we are providing in the first trial 3076 mm square, right. So now we need to check this section. So we need to check for strength governed by yielding of cross section. So we need to follow certain checks for design of tension member. So first design check is strength governed by yielding of gross section. By yielding of gross section. So the formula for this is given in IS 800 2007, page number 32. So refer IS 800 2007, page number 32. So if you refer that page number 32, you have a formula of TDY, right? That formula that we used in the first step. So TDY is equal to AG into FY divided by gamma MO. TDY is equal to AG into FY divided by gamma MO. Now here we are going to find out tension carrying capacity of this member, right? This section that we are providing, how much tension it can carry. So my AG value is 3076. We have found out here 3076 multiplied by Fy is 250, gamma MO is 1.1. So I'll get my TDY value as 699.09 kilonewton. 699.09 kilonewton, which is greater than the actual tension that is coming. So actual tension was how much force is coming? 598.5 kilonewton. 598.5 kilonewton. Therefore, it is safe. What is the meaning of this? Let us understand. See, this TDY value, if it is more than the tension force this is coming, this means that whatever two angle sections we are providing, it has a tension force carrying capacity up to 700 kilonewton, and our actual tension force coming is 598.5. So section can carry that load and our section can be safe. So let us now consider a 20 mm diameter bolts, right? Let us consider 20 mm diameter bolts. So we are doing the design now. So consider 20 mm diameter bolts. So strength of 20 mm diameter bolt in double shear. Strength of 20 dia bolts in double shear, it is given by 2 multiplied by single shear strength is 45.3. So we'll get this answer as 90.6 kilonewton. Therefore number of bolts required will be equal to, therefore number of bolts required will be equal to tension force divided by strength. So 598.5 divided by 90.6, 598.5 divided by 90.6. So you'll get your number of bolts as 6.6, let us say 7. So 7 number of bolts are required if you are using 20 mm diameter bolt, and the minimum pitch distance between these two bolts is provided as 2 times the diameter of bolt, that is 2 multiplied by D, so 2 multiplied by 20, which is 40 mm. Minimum pitch, sorry, it is 2.5 into D, sorry, it is 2.5 into D, so it comes out to be 50 mm. It comes out to be 50 mm. Then minimum edge distance, now all these values are coming from the IS code. So we'll see the IS code once I calculate. So 1.7 multiplied by DH, DH is the bolt hole diameter, 1.7 multiplied by DH, DH is the bolt hole diameter. So this bolt hole diameter, let us calculate bolt hole diameter. So there is a table in IS 800-2007 from which we can find out DH. So DH equal to diameter of bolt plus clearance. For 20 mm diameter bar, clearance we take given in the IS code is 2 mm, right? So 2, it becomes 22 mm. So if I put that value here, so 1.7 multiplied by 22, so I'll get my minimum edge distance as 37.4. So let us say 40 mm is my minimum edge distance. So now let us see the IS 456 IS 800-2007 for these values, right? So first this values. These values are minimum pitch distance and minimum wedge distance are given in 800 2007 page number 73 and page number 74. So let us go there. Page number 73 and page number 74 of IS 800 2007. Yes, so this is page number 73 over here, right? So as you can see, this minimum spacing, right? So the distance between the center of fasteners, clause number 10.2.2. So the distance between center of fastener shall not be less than 2.5 times the nominal diameter of fastener. Fastener means bolt. So 2.5 times D that we did here. So 2.5 multiplied by 20, we got 50 mm. Then we calculated clearance for fasteners. So table number 19. So our diameter of bolt was in between 16 to 22, and for standard clearance, the clearance will be 2 mm. So we got 22 mm answer from this. Then there is one more thing, that is maximum spacing we can check, and edge distance and end distance. So clause number 10.2.4, edge distance and end distance, right? So it is taken from clause number 10.2.4.2. the minimum edge and end distance from the center of any hole to the nearest edge of plate shall not be less than 1.7 times the hole diameter. So we consider 1.7 multiplied by hole diameter is 22. So we got our answer as 37.4. We considered it as 40 mm, right? So this is how we did the design using IS 800 2007. Let's go back to the board and continue with other solutions. So now next we need to check for strength governed by rupture of net section, right? Strength governed by rupture of net section. So second, strength governed by rupture of cross section. So this is again given in IS 800 page number 33. So refer IS 800 page number 33, right? So the formula there you can find is TDN is equal to alpha n into FU. TDN is equal to alpha n into Fy into An divided by gamma m1 into An divided by gamma m1. So let us go to the formula page number 33 and see the solution of that after that. Page number 33. The clause number, right? The clause number is, here is the formula, right? TDN is equal to alpha n into An into Fu divided by gamma m1. For preliminary sizing, rupture strength of net section may be approximately taken as this value, where alpha n is equal to 0.6 for 1 or 2 bolts, 0.7 for 3 bolts, and 0.8 for 4 or more bolts. So for our case, we have more than 4 number of bolts, which is 7. So our alpha n will become 0.8. An, what is An? An is the net area of a total cross section, right? An is the net area of total cross section. So let us find out the values. So let's go back to the board. Alright, so alpha n is 0.8 multiplied by fy, right? So before that we calculate an. So fy is 410, right? Fy is 410. Then we need to calculate value of an, right? So net area, we need to calculate net area, right? So to do that, we first need to have an idea about the joint. So this is a gusset plate, and this is how your two angle sections are connected with the bolt, right? This is 20 mm diameter bolt. So this is a gusset plate and two angles of 125 by so longer leg is horizontal, this means this one is a longer leg, this is 125, and this height is 75. So this is how it is connected, and the 20 mm diameter bolts are used, thickness is 8 mm. So if I want to calculate an, net area, an, so 2 multiplied by, because we have two angles, 2 multiplied by 75 minus 8 by 2 minus 22, 75 minus 8 by 2 minus 22, multiply by 8. So this is the area of this first section. Then we calculate the area of the second section. So plus 125 minus 8 by 2 plus 125 minus 8 by 2 multiply by 8. So if you calculate this, you will get your an as 2720 mm square. An is equal to 2720 mm square. So put this value here, an. So 2720 multiplied by 2720 divided by 1.25. Here it is gamma m1, right? So gamma m1 is 1.25. Gamma m1 is 1.25. So if you calculate this, you will get your answer as 713.73 kilonewton. Which is greater than tension force that is acting on our member, therefore it is safe. Right, so it is safe in strength governed by rupture of net section also. And the next check we need to do is strength governed by block shear. Next we need to check for strength governed by block shear. Third check, strength governed by block shear. This is again given in the IS code, the formula is there, right? So strength governed by block shear, TDB1 and TDB2, right? So let us see the formula for this in the IS code. Okay, clause number 6.4, strength due to block shear, right? So for bolted connection, the block shear strength TB of connection shall be taken as a smaller of TDB1, which is this formula, and these two formulas we are going to calculate the values and we are selecting the smallest value. And if you are using a welded connection, then check for by taking appropriate section in the member around the end weld, which can shear off as a block, right? So let us write down both these formulas first and then calculate the values. Or we can do, first we find out the unknown. So if you see the formula, only unknown values, as you can see in this first formula, is AVG and ATN. In the second formula it is AVN and ATG. So let us find out these values and let us see how to find out this. So let's go back to the board. Okay, so first we are going to find out the value of AVG. The notations are given in the code, so you can refer from the code. I am not going into much details at what is the meaning of this. I am just showing you the method of how to find this. So you need to refer the figure that I have drawn previously here, right? So AVG is equal to, okay, I need to draw the figure for bolted connection, right? So let us draw the figure of bolted connection for this. So this is how your section is oriented. Okay, 7 number of bolts are there, so let me draw the line for that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7 bolts are there. Right? 7 number of bolts are there. So spacing between both these bolts is 50 mm. Right? So spacing is 50 mm and end distance is 40 mm. So this is end distance 40. All the other distance are 50. And last one is again 40 mm. Gauge distance is again, let us take as 40 mm. Right? Gauge distance is this distance. So remaining will be 35 mm. So gusset plate we have used as 8 mm thick gusset plate. So this is a gusset plate, 8 mm thickness. So let us calculate first. So tension force is acting like this, right? So there is a tension force going through this bolts. So AVG is given by 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40. 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40. 6 is into 8. So what is the meaning of this? 6 multiplied by 50. So total 7 number of bolts are there. So if I consider from center of this bolt up to the center of this bolt and the distance, so half bolt will be deducted from left hand side, half bolt will be deducted from right hand side. So ultimately 1 bolt will be deducted from total bolts. So 6 number of bolts multiplied by total distance is 50, 6 times 50. So 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40. 40 is the edge distance, right? 40 is the edge distance multiplied by 8. 8 is the thickness of the member, thickness of the angle section, right? So we'll get this value as 2720 mm square. Then next unknown I need to find out is AVN. So how to find out this AVN? It is 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40. 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40, right? Multiplied by 8. Oh, sorry, not multiplied by 8 here. 6 multiplied by 50 plus 40 minus 6.5 into 22 minus 6.5 into 22. This is, we are reducing the bolt hole diameter, and multiply by 8. We are reducing the bolt hole diameters, right? So this is net area. First one was gross area. So in net area we need to deduct the bolt hole diameters also. So this will get us 1576 mm square. Next I have ATG. So to find this ATG now, it is 35 multiplied by 8. This is 35. So 35 multiplied by 8. So we'll get this value directly as 280 mm square. 280 mm square. And last unknown, that is ATN, net area. It will be 35 minus 0.5 multiplied by 22. 35 minus 0.5 multiplied by 22, that is half bolt diameter, multiplied by 8, and you will get this as 192 mm square. Right, so this is all the unknowns that we have found out. Right, so let us calculate quickly the value of TdB1. Let us calculate the value of TdB1. So TdB1, the formula for this is given in IS code. So AVG into Fy, AVG into Fy divided by root 3 into gamma MO, divided by root 3 into gamma MO plus 0.9 ATN into FU, 0.9 ATN into FU divided by gamma M1, divided by gamma M1. So if you substitute these values in this equation, your AVG value you got as 2270. So 2270 multiplied by 250 divided by root 3 into 1.1 plus 0.9 multiplied by ATN you got as 192 into 410, this is for gusset plate, divided by gamma M1, which is 1.25. So if you calculate, you will get your TdB1 value as 413.58 kilonewton, 413.58 kilonewton, and this is for 1 ISA. Right? Remember, this is for 1 ISA. Similarly, we need to find out TdB2. So the formula for that given in IS code is 0.9 AVN into FU divided by root 3 into gamma M1 plus ATG into Fy divided by gamma MO, ATG into Fy divided by gamma MO. So 0.9 multiplied by AVN we got as 1576 multiplied by 410 divided by root 3 into 1.25 plus ATG we got as 280 multiplied by 250, 280 multiplied by 250 divided by 1.1. So if you calculate this value, you will get your TdB2 value as 332.24 kilonewton, 332.24 kilonewton for 1 ISA. Right? So out of this, whichever is minimum, that will be your TdB value. Right? So my TdB value is minimum is this. So finally TdB is equal to 2 multiplied by 332.24, because we are finding for two angle sections. So final I got 664.47 kilonewton, which is again greater than the tension force which is actually acting. Therefore our member is safe. If in case this comes as unsafe, you need to revise your section, right? You need to revise your section. This is for practical calculation. So it is safe in all the three checks. It is safe in all the three checks. So these are the standard three checks that you are supposed to carry out every time for design of tension members, right? So please remember these checks. The formulas are given in IS 800-2007. You just need to find out certain unknown values and you can easily calculate and check whether it is safe or not, right? So if it is safe in all the three aspects, so therefore you can write as provide two number of ISA 125 by, what is the dimension, 125 by 75 by 8 on both the sides of gusset plate, on both sides of gusset plate as tension members. Right, so this completes our design of bottom chord members. So it is similar to the tension members. So these three checks are important. Once you do this, you can verify whether your member is capable of taking the tension force which is actually coming, right? So this is how you can design the tension member. In the next session, we'll do the design of a compression member, which is the top chord member, right? So thank you so much for watching. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries in the comment box, right? So keep practicing, keep learning. See you in the next session.